Hello everyone, this is Bazzoka. Welcome to one of my videos and welcome to Random Ramblings. Once again, I missed an upload day. Aren't I so great and on time with my videos? I know. I'm so good at it. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have had something ready, but since I'm not doing any actual Let's Plays right now, I don't have a buffer of videos. And for TF2 videos or, Random Ramblings, Leave Loadouts, I don't like to make a buffer of those because I feel like if I do whatever I'm talking about in that video will be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It might be a little bit behind in the times. So I decided to not make a buffer of Leave a Loadout and Random Ramblings, so on and so forth, because it's it's more up to date with what I'm doing. But this would truly be a Random Ramblings because this isn't going to be anything about like what's wrong with my videos, what's blah, 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 stuff important about why I'm not doing stuff. It's just I just haven't had time. Surprisingly, even though I'm a guy who has absolutely nothing to do besides make videos, I can find the time to not have the time. Kind of weird, isn't that? But first of all, the video is actually going to be semi-decent stuff. One life's pretty good one life stuff. It's not going to be, just one whole life throughout the entire video. That would be pretty friggin' awesome. But King of the Hill matches don't last that long. Anyway, so two things I guess I could talk about. I guess it's like, I don't know. Well, first of all, I got Pikmin 3 finally. It was a tough choice between Wonderful 101, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, I think something else. But I decided to get Pikmin 3 because I really like the Pikmin games. 1 was really good. The controls were a little bit awkward, or calling back your Pikmin was a little bit awkward. 2 was a lot better in that aspect, and they introduced 2 new Pikmin, but then there's no urgency in that game because you could just spend as much time as you wanted. And Pikmin 3, I like Pikmin 3 so far. I don't know if anyone is trying to play Pikmin 3 or is planning to play Pikmin 3, but if you do, I might spoil something, so I might put an annotation up that will skip over the majority of this. Anyway, so Pikmin 3 has a little bit of an urgency kind of thing going on where you have food rations, and you start off with 3. Well, I guess it's more like you start off with 2 because you use 1 as part of the tutorial thing, but you start off with 2 rations, and at the end of every day you will eat a ration. And in order to get more food rations, you have to collect fruit and food, stuff like that. And you make food rations for yourself. And I like that. Except it's not nearly as urgent as the 30-day limit in Pikmin 1, because in Pikmin 3, I feel like I'm already pretty darn close to beating it, and I have at least like 25 food rations now, so there is that. But overall, it's pretty good. I ran into 2 things that I really don't like, and it happened on, I think, the 3rd plot-based boss. It was horrible how it happened, but I mean, I might as well go over it. Okay, I'll probably put an annotation here because this is talking about a boss, and bosses are kind of important, besides the one that they showed off in the trailer, but whatever. So the boss is some weird like sandworm thing, except it looks like a freaking eel because it has gills. Anyway, so there's this worm thing, and if you like search around a bit around like the outskirts of the arena before you activate the fight, you'll be able to find little mounds of dirt that you can dig in, and you'll get little tips on like, oh, this if you use bomb rocks while it's inhaling stuff, it'll stop and you'll deal massive damage. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. And another one is another tip is when it's doing that, when it makes the sand pit and starts sucking in your Pikmin, you can call them back to help them run away. And it pretty much outright lied to me, because when I tried doing that, like sometimes my Pikmin would, just be unfortunately close to the pit that it makes, and they start getting sucked in. So I like, oh geez, I need to get my Pikmin back. So I whistled my Pikmin back. They start running, and it's all good. They're at least not going down. They're not going up. Like, they're not actually getting back to me, but they're not moving back down. So at least that's good. But then after a while, like halfway through that sand pit attack, they give up trying to get back to me and go into idle mode. And they just kind of just stop and go down and die. I lost a lot of my Pikmin that way. In fact, I lost so many Pikmin I had to restart the day several times because of that. And that was absolutely horrible. I don't know why that happens. It's just like, I get it. It's always been like in the Pikmin games. If a Pikmin is in your party, or in your army, whatever, and they're stuck and they're trying to get back to you, they'll eventually give up, because that's just like, oh, I can't get them. Oh well, I'll just sit here. And that's fine. That makes sense. But for a boss to pretty much invoke this kind of problem, it's kind of annoying, because it's just like, you can do this to prevent this, and then it screws you over. And I hate that. I don't know why it does that, but I mean, I guess it's just like, this Pikmin tried to return to you for 3 seconds. Oh, it's not good enough. It has to stop trying to get back to you. And again, it makes sense. I don't know. Something about that is just really off-putting. Another problem I had with it is your reticle range. I don't know, your aim range. When you move around in the Pikmin games, you have the little circle that's just like, oh, you'll be able to throw the Pikmin this far or whatever. And if you're playing with the original ones, there was a very fixed limit. You couldn't really throw them out that far. But at the same time, that was like the perfect distance that it locked out at. And when you moved around, it was pretty good. And when you tried to move in another direction, the captain, like Olimar or Louis or whoever, didn't immediately start to move, at least not from what I remember. And the reticle started to move first, and then once it finally got like back over to the center and then over to wherever you were trying to go, then they started moving in that direction. And wow, I can just ramble on and on and on, but this is Random Ramblings. So I was really used to that, and Pikmin 3 kind of changed that a lot. Maybe I'm just remembering Pikmin 1 and 2 wrong, but Pikmin 3, however, they give you really, really huge range. I don't know if it's just me, but it's a really big range that they allow you to throw Pikmin at. And when you start to move, your character moves immediately, and your reticle moves as well. So it's just like you're facing, I don't know, let's just take this as an example. You're facing right, you decide to move left, your cursor is still over on the right, but you're facing left, and you can throw Pikmin to the right. It's really jarring. But another thing about that, during the third plot boss, the sandworm thing, your aiming reticle goes so far out. It's just like, it reaches all the way out to the freaking background tree. That is ridiculous. Normally, that wouldn't be a problem, but there's like an aiming system that they introduced into Pikmin 3, and to be entirely honest, it's pretty good. But it's really jarring, because when I aim up and then off into the background and then I start aiming up a tree, I'm aiming over the dang thing, over the boss. So I can't even throw anything at it. I can't lock onto it. It's just like, why? Why can I lock on? Why can I aim my reticle all the way beyond the height of a boss? And in Pikmin, bosses are huge. So it's just like, to be able to aim higher than a boss makes absolutely no sense to me. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I don't know. That was really jarring, off-putting. I really, really hated it. So yeah, that's But aside from those two things, even though I rambled on for them quite a bit, I really do like Pikmin 3. The style and the graphics are absolutely beautiful. It's so wonderful to look at. I kind of wish that there wasn't a time limit, so that way I could just explore around, because it looks wonderful. The ability to throw your other captains as well is pretty cool. Helps it really changed how you explore the areas, because it's just like, oh, there's a ledge that I can't get up. Well, I'll just throw one of my captains up there instead of like, oh, there's a ledge. All right, I gotta go around, see if I can get up there. And it's not like that anymore. You can just throw a captain up there, search around, and throw a couple Pikmin up there as well, and it's all good. So I really like that. I suppose another thing that I don't like are the two new Pikmin names. Now, this is just kind of like perhaps a little pet peeve or whatever, but I mean, like, so you got the red Pikmin, you got the blue Pikmin, you got yellow Pikmin, and then in Pikmin 2 you got the purple Pikmin, and you got the white Pikmin, and then in Pikmin 3 you got the rock Pikmin and flying Pikmin. It's just like, really? You couldn't stick to the naming theme that you already had down? I mean, it's clear. They have very distinct colors. The rock Pikmin could have been called gray or silver or something. I don't know. Just not rock. I mean, it's pretty clear that they're rock, but you don't. It's just any degree of your tonal reward. And for the flying Pikmin, or are they winged Pikmin? I actually don't have that Pikmin yet, so I don't know their names. But they're pink. They're very clearly pink. Why not just call them pink Pikmin? It's just I don't get the naming scheme. It doesn't make any sense to me, and that's a little bit jarring. I don't know. I realize that this is kind of a really small thing to be bothered by, but I don't know. It's just something about it. Something about it just makes me go, eh. So yeah, that's it for Pikmin 3 talk. Holy crap! I can talk for a long time. I was gonna talk about something, but I'll just lightly touch upon it because I feel like this is getting really long. I recently watched The Last Unicorn. It's a pretty old animated movie, and my goodness. Now, to keep this in mind, what I'm gonna say is pretty out of the ordinary. I really like The Last Unicorn, and that's really odd for me because whenever I watch a movie, no matter like how funny it is, for the most part, it's just like whatever. Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. That is my generic movie response. I'm not one to really expect like amazing things out of movies. The last time that I said anything different about a movie was when I went to watch Wreck-It Ralph. I really liked Wreck-It Ralph. And just recently I watched The Last Unicorn, and I really like The Last Unicorn. The animation's really good. I don't know. It's good. Give it a shot. Go watch it. Torrent it if you so desire. Buy it. I demand that you buy it. It deserves to be bought. But if you can't buy it, then that's okay. I won't blame you. Anyway. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I realize it's getting really long just for me being rambles.
Nice save,
so yes. More, hopefully, leave a loadout on Friday. Not promising it, because last time I promised to leave a loadout, I did not get to it. So, I'm just gonna say, maybe leave a loadout. So, I thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and a good night. Bye.